English learners, welcome back to the English Lit podcast, your cozy place to learn English through real life conversations. I am Anna, I am Jake, and today I am a little bit scared. Oh, scared already? It just started. What happened? You give me this idea, Jake. Imagine one full day without your phone. Yes, today beautiful nightmare. Exactly, a whole day, 24 hours. No phone, no messages, no scrolling, no checking the time every 2 minutes. So when you hear that, what happens in your body? Do you feel calm or do you feel, no, please, anything but that? Yet my thumb scared to scratch inside I first heard it. Because for many of us, the phone is not just a phone anymore. Yeah, it's our alarm, our calendar, our camera, our music, our maps, our news, our games, our everything, and our escapes, especially our escape. Think about your normal day. How many times you touch your phone before lunch? Be honest, 10 times, 20, 50? Sometimes we tell ourselves, I will just check one thing, and somehow they will turn to 15 or 50. And as a student, this happens so many homes, right? Dad come home, throw the keys on the table, or sit on the sofa, and boom, phone in his hand. And the kids are excited. They wanted to talk our school, show the drum, but dad is scroll the mode. Or mom is scroll mode of both. 4 people in one room, 4 phones, or 4 different words. So maybe sit in your house. Or maybe you are a person on a sofa and it's yes, do not feel bad. You're human. We all do this. Me too. But today we're asked the simple, fun, and also a little scary questions. What would really happen if you live one day without your phone? So would your day be boring? Would it be peaceful? Would it feel lost? Or maybe more alive? Or would you suddenly talking to strangers you nothing look at? Or would you finally look aside instead of screen? Or would you forget what time is it in lunch, 4 p.m.? So in this episode, we want to work through kind of day, a no phone day, morning, afternoon, evening, all the weird moments or the quiet moments, all the, oh no, I usually my phone for this. And we want you to imagine this day with us. Not a big rule or script challenge, just a stock picture in your mind. We're not here to shout, phones are bad, phones help us lost. Yeah, we love our phone too. We just want to see what happens when we put them down for one day. And don't worry about the English. This is a B1 level episode, so if you intermediate, it's perfect for you. And if you're A2, you can still enjoy it. If some parts feels a bit fast, it's okay. You can listen it again later. Your brain will understand more each time. So you don't have to catch every single word. Just stay with it, feel the story, feel the pictures in your mind. And if you like learning this way, it's real conversation and real feelings. Please subscribe to the English Lit podcast and tap like on this episode. It really helps learners find us. And in the comments, tell us would you ever try no phone day? Just yes or no fine. You can write one sentence about how you think would feel. And be honest. If your answer is no way, I love my phone too much. You can write that too. We understand. Okay, so now imagine this. You go to sleep and you decide tomorrow I will live one day without my phone. You plug it in, you put it far from your bed and close your eyes. And then next morning comes. No phone in your hand, no screen in your face, just you, just your thoughts and your day waiting for you. What happens next? Alright, let's jump in. Yeah, let's jump into the morning because that is where the trouble starts for me. Oh really? What is your normal morning without your phone like? Usually my eyes open and my hand moves by itself. I do not even say morning to myself. I just grab my phone and strategize things. Same. I used to be a little obsessed with my notifications in the morning. Obsessed like your brain cannot stop thinking about something, right? Exactly. My first thought was not, how did I feel? It was, who wrote to me? Who posted what? Maybe you know this too. Before water, before breakfast, before anything is the phone time. On a no phone day, that moment is very funny and a little painful. Yes, what happened to you? My eyes opened, my hand moved to the bedside table and nothing. No phone, just air. Your hand wrapped the ghost from your phone. My breath was like, excuse me, where is my screen? And you don't get checking the tab, right? Right. Usually I stranger says, I check my phone 1,000 times before breakfast. Exaggerate means you make something sound bigger than the truth just to show the feeling, right? Yeah, it's not really 1,000 times, but it feels like that. On this day, I had to actually get out of bed and look at the real clock on the wall. Wow, old school, a real clock. I felt like I was living 1999. Maybe you have also a clock in your house and you never use because you force everything. On a no phone day, the clock suddenly becomes your best friend. So after you survive the first minutes, what did your morning look like? It's way strange. Normally, I sit on the bed and scroll the 10-15 minutes. On this day, my hands were free, but my brain was not happy. Yeah, what did your brain say? It was like, come on, just one check, just one little video. The classics, just one. So without my phone, the quiet feels intense a few minutes. Intense, like very strong and heavy, not soft, right? Yeah, exactly. The silence was loud. I could hear the birds, the cars, or even my own breathing. It's almost too much. Yeah, I feel something similar. I went to the kitchen and made coffee with no phone in my hand. Normally, I scroll in when it's boiling. Let me guess, you usually know more that other people's breakfast than your own. That is true. What on this day, I was just a water boil, and I realized I feel a bit vulnerable. Vulnerable, like open and easy to hurt, right? Your feeling is surface. Yeah, I could actually feel my thoughts, my words, my tiredness, no small screen to cover them. Maybe you feel too. Right now, if you listen, when your phone isn't there, your mind suddenly has space. And that space can feel a little scary and very honest at the same time. And yet, for the many of listening, the next hard to step will be going outside with no phone. So what about when you left the house? That's the big part of many people. Oh yes, leaving the house with no phone, it's like when we live without shoes. Yes, you felt like something were missing, right? Exactly. I kept touching my empty pocket. My brain was like, are you sure? Are you really going outside like this? Maybe you do this too when you leave the house. You touch my pocket and think, phone, keys, wallet, and no phone day. That little check suddenly it feels very strange. In the elevator is where hardest. Normally I look at my phone so I do not feel awkward. The elevator escape screen. On this day there was no escapes. I just stood there with my face in my thoughts. I look at the numbers, at the words, and old shoes. Did you talk to anyone? Not this time, but I did smile one papers and paper. They were small and it feels real, nice. I had a similar moments at the bus stop. Usually I upset with my feet there. On my no phone day, I just watch people. A kid playing a stone, old man reading a real newspaper. I start to think, wow, this whole world outside, little rectangle, and you were actually in it, not just watching it through a screen. Yeah, exactly. And now let's talk about work or study time. That part surprised me. Yeah, how is it different? Normally, I work for 5 minutes, and my brain says, just taking your phone quickly and only take a second. The Facebook just a second. We all know that second a liar. True, that should turn into 10 minutes and my focus is gone. So on no phone day, that second was not possible. Right, at first my brain kept asking for it, but after a while I might started to calm down. I could sit and know one thing of a longer time. Yeah, and maybe you will feel like this too. Without that small constant check your phone, your attention can slowly come back to one thing at a time. Yeah, hearing this, I realized my own phone habits was really getting in a way. Getting your own ways means you stop yourself with your own habits, not other people, right? I was blaming time and stress, but actually my own scrolling was blocking me. And that's good news in a way. Because if your own habits get in your own ways, you can also change it. Exactly, you're not stuck forever. That's true. Now let's move to hometown because it is many families feel the first problem. Yeah, this part is close to my heart. Normally, in many homes, someone come back from work, from school, and the first thing they touch is not the doors, not the kids, not the food. It's in the phone. You see it everywhere. Dad in the sofa scrolling, mom in the table scrolling, kid on the scrolling. One living room, four different words. Maybe you see the own house or your friend's place. And when I saw this my own life, my notes phone day, something small but big happened. I came home and my hand went to my pocket, but there was nothing. What did you do? I actually sat down and looked at my family. My cousin was wrong. My aunt was cooking, we started to talk. Simple things. How was your day? What did you learn? Show me a picture. That sounds really nice. And realized there's funny contradiction here. Contradiction here is two things do not match, like together but lovely, right? Like that is it. My phone connects me to people far away, but sometimes it takes me away from people who are right in front of me. That sentence hurts a little because it's so true. Yeah, it is true. And maybe you feel this too. You're in the same room, someone you love, but both of you are living in your own phone world. Wanna know phone day? That picture can change. Suddenly eyes meet eyes, not screens. Yeah, and for me, that really changed later at evening. Something interesting happened to me. What happened? A friend asked me, so how's your day going with your phone? And what did you say? Did you play cool? At first, I want to play it safe and say, yeah, it's fine, it's just different. It's safe mean choose the easy safe answer, not the deep honest one, right? Exactly, but this time I stopped her for a second and said something more real. Yeah, I said, honestly, it's hard. It feels restless. I keep reaching for something that's not there, but also feels more here, more presence. That already big change. When you stop playing it safe with your answers, you start to connect more. Yeah, I feel that myself. Later that night, I have a longer talk with someone in my family. Tell us, we were sitting at a table, no phones, just tea. And I finally poured my heart about my tired I felt and always being online. Pour your heart out means you say all your real feelings and you don't hide, right? Yes, I told my I feel pressure, I answer messages fast, to be fun in chat, to post things, look like I have it all together. And how did they react? They said, I feel like too. We laugh, we almost cry, we was simple, but deep. See, sometimes one honest talk with no phones is more powerful than 100 messages. So after this day, I start to see my phone is a new way. Yeah, how did your view change? I saw how hard I was holding a taunted. Hold on something means you do want to let it go, even when not always good for you, right? Exactly. My phone was like a safety blanket. I used to when I bored, sad, nervous, everything. And you gonna know for a day, that blanket was gone, right? At first, I feel cold with it, but then I noticed something else. What did you notice? I start to wake up to out loud my phone words in my life. Wake up to something means you finally see the truth that was there the whole time, right? Yes, I woke up the truth that my mind was 1.5 inside the screen. Even when I was with people, even when I was outside, part of me is from where. That's the big realization. Yeah, and on no phone day, you might have your own version of this. Maybe you wake up to how often you check the time and how many times you open apps without a reason, or have different family views and everyone real there. And it doesn't mean you must delete everything forever. We're not here to set rules. Yeah, we just mean you can choose, you can notice, you can change small things. Yes, maybe for you, for the first step, simple. No phone at breakfast, or no phone in bedroom, or one evening with airplane mode. And you can try your own mini no phone days, or even no phone half day, and see what happens. Notice how you feel, notice how you heart, notice each night. And maybe little by little, you start with write a new story with your phone instead of letting it write your story. And who knows, you might even find that the past part of the day are not inside the screen at all, but right in front of you. Yeah, and before we finish, let's slow down and look at the strong words we use today. Our little words tour. 10 words from this episode with common meanings and simple examples. Yes, you can just listen or repeat after us if you like, no pressure. Alright, let's start. First word, obsessed. When you are obsessed, your brain cannot stop thinking about something. It's always in your mind. For example, in the morning, I was obsessed with checking my notifications. Or my little brother is obsessed with one game he talk about all day. You can repeat obsessed. Next one is exaggerate. You make something sound bigger or strong than the truth to show the feeling. For example, sometimes I say I check my phone 1,000 times today. I exaggerate if it's like that. Or he exaggerates the story and made it sound more dramatic. Repeat exaggerate. Now feeling worse, intense. When something is intense, it's very strong and heavy. It's not soft and light. For example, on my no phone day, silence in the morning feels intense. Or the move so intense that I could not relax. You can repeat intense. Next one is vulnerable. When you feel vulnerable, you feel open and easy to hurt. Your feelings are close to the surface. For example, walking without my phone made me feel vulnerable, like I could not hide. Or she feels vulnerable when she talks about her fears with her friends. Repeat vulnerable. A thinking word. Contradiction. Contradiction is when two things you don't match or agree. They cannot both be true in the same way. For example, it is contradictions that phones connect us, but sometimes it makes us feel lonely. Or say I love you but never calling. It's contradictions. You can repeat contradictions. Now the phrase play itself. When you play itself, you choose the easy safe options. You do not take a risk. For example, when people ask how are you, I play itself and say and finally. Or he played itself and did not share real opinions. Repeat play itself. Next phrase, get in your own way. When you get in your own way, you stop yourself with your own habits or thoughts. Other people are not the problem, you blocking yourself. For example, I want to focus, but my phone habit got in my own way. Or she gets into her own way by doubting herself too much. You can repeat, get in your own way. Now, a very emotional phrase, pour your heart out. When you pour your heart out, you share all your real feelings. You do not hide your emotions. For example, with no phones, we poured his heart out about how stressed he felt. Or she poured her out in her journal after a hard day. Repeat, Pour your heart out. Next one, hold on to something. When you hold on something, you do not want to let it go, even if it's not good for you anymore. For example, I was holding onto my phone like safety blanket, or he still holds on to old messages. It makes him sad. You can repeat, hold on to. On our last phrase, wake up to something. When you wake up to something, you finally see a truth that was there the whole time. You become aware. For example, after one day without my phone, I woke up to how allowance is my life. Or she woke up to the fact she was always comparing herself to others. Repeat, wake up to. So those were 10 words for today's word tour. You do not need to remember all of them perfectly now. You just choose one until you like and try use them this week. You can write a sentence in the comments and wonder the words of phrases. Of course, you can always come back, listen again, and wake up to even more meaning the second time. Yeah, every time you listen, your brain catches one more words, one more idea, one more feeling. And if the song you make think about your own phone's habits, that's already a big step. No pressure, just awareness. You are doing great just by being here, listening and learning in English. We're really proud of you. Alright, we'll let you go and live your real life now, maybe with your phone a little bit further away. Yes, this is Anna and this is Jack, and you've been listening to NHถี่podcast. Bye!